This is also partly how the medical establishment have delineated and categorized certain conditions, right? So the very fact that we no longer see the person as a whole and they are actually just made up of a sum of different organ systems is the first problem. Whereas if you start to look at things more as not from an organ system perspective, but from a driver's perspective, for example, if you have excess inflammation in your body, you are more at risk of cardiovascular issues, skin problems, asthma, hay fever, diabetes. Inflammation it's the root for a lot of these things. Now, other factors at play, of course. Absolutely do not pin me to oversimplified things. However, if you're then able to work on your inflammation, what is it? Is it excess glycation? Is it insulin and sugar dysregulation? Because everyone thinks of insulin and sugar dysregulation as part of a diabetes picture, but that also drives cardiovascular issues too. And that's why what you were saying is, will this work for fibromyalgia? Will this work for the da 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 da? That's because we're seeing things from a boxed, categorized point of view where we're not understanding that and this is our fault, this is the medical fraternity's fault, right? Where we're not seeing that commonalities, the drivers of a lot of these different things. So when we're talking about these different symptoms from different diseases, we're actually at the heart of it, we're talking about very similar pathways, very similar mechanisms. And yeah, that's why everyone's happy to say, oh, she got stressed and then wound up with depression. She got stressed and then wound up with IBS. She got stressed and then she wound up with diarrhea. She got stressed and she wound up with eczema. So we are able to say that about stress. We know that one thing can cause all these different disease processes. And it's the exact same thing. Just pull back, pull back, pull back. A healthy baseline, a healthy diet, healthy behaviorisms, healthy mindset, that will take you far in whatever disease process you are dealing with.
Well said. Well, amen. The two things that we didn't talk about, well, we did at the start, but the two other, I guess, symptoms of suffering is secondary depression and secondary anxiety. And what that basically means is you don't just have depression for the sake of having depression. You're depressed because of a secondary problem or a first-hand problem, which is chronic fatigue syndrome, for instance, and you can't go and do the things you want to do, and therefore you're depressed about that. And so it's a really common thing that we see with people is their mindset and emotional well-being is so affected from their physical limits and struggle and suffering. And so I just wanted to mention that just for peace of mind out, if you guys are out there right now and you're really dealing with that, like just give yourself a little bit of grace and just understand that I think anyone would feel that way. You know, it's a totally appropriate response to feel when you're in the suffering, and as an option, there are ways that you can get back into the now and focus now and for the future versus missing and loathing the past, you know, and grieving in that. And, you know, Dr. Olivia said in the first episode with her about having that agency, going from victim to victor, having that sense of agency within yourself and knowing, well, what can I do to change this? You know, what can I do that's in my control that can help me right now? Because one thing is I can have a pity party and I can throw that every day if I wanted to, but over time, not many people want to attend that party anymore. And it's a pretty lonely one. And that's a big shout out to Craig Harper, one of my first ever mentors. He used to talk about that a lot. How's your pity party going? Because usually there's only one person at the party and it's just you, and it's really not much of a fun party. And I love that. And it's so true, whether it's chronic illness or just life, you know, life, relationships, business, whatever it is, we can easily get into that mindset, or we can go the other route and go, well, what does being a victor today look like for me? You know, it doesn't have to be this strong, hard, harsh approach. It can be, well, being a victor today looks like giving myself some permission to just be, not trying so hard, not overcompensating, and just allowing is what a victor could look like today. You know, it really is dependent on you and your situation.